This is Irontrader, and this is the last call of the day. So we'll take a look here at crude oil, WTI, and Brent. We'll take a look here at natural gas. Take a look at gold, silver, Bitcoin, and we'll take a look at the indexes, which are all nice and green. Remember, at the 4:30 today, the API for crude oil will be out. At the end of the video, the support and resistance levels are posted for crude and natural gas. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy selling stock market ETF. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Alrighty, here we have crude oil. Here we have your WTI, and here we have the old Brent crude side by side. Something a little different. Okay, now you can see here how this 8-day is still above the 21-day. We're on the Brent. That 8-day crossed over, and that's going to be very, very strong resistance now. Now, here we're looking at today here. So far, we made a low of 91.06. All you got to do is look right to the left of the chart here. What do you have? 91.05. Okay, so right there, that's your support level, like I've been pointing out. Now, your next level is going to be right here at 89.51, and then we'll come right down to the bottom here, 86.46, and then we're looking for the bottom of this candle at 84.37, which just look at that price channel. There it is, and then we have the 50-day right below it at 82.81. That's your downside situation, okay? But again, we have to see what's going to happen right here, because if we hold this 91.05, this could be a possible double bottom. But with this big red candle like this, unless it just curls up and put a bottoming tail in here, doesn't look very, very positive for that. Now, here on the upside here, we want to just go just the reverse of what we've been doing. So we're looking right here at the top of this candle here. Okay, your resistance is 89.51 level, which you bring us right across here. We come right across to this level right here. You're looking at 95.25 level, and then we come over to the top of today's candle at that 98. And realistically, this is what we're looking for to get back above that 98.35. That's going to be very, very key. If we do, we'll come to the top here, 142, and then we'll be looking for the 8-day at 101.80. That's going to be very, very strong because now your price is below the 21-day, and the 8-day not good, and your 8-day is rolling over. Okay, now their 8-day started to roll over here too also, but then it curved right around. So again, we don't know what's going to happen with the whole war situation. Now, we get above that 8-day 101.79. We're going to come right up here. 105.63 is what we're looking for. 106.86, and we'll come down here, 108.89, and then we have 109.19. We got 113 level, 115 level, retest 117, and you break out 119. Now, this is all said and be done here. I sold out on my UCO on Monday. I don't really have the confidence here. You can see here when you have all this stuff that's going on in the Middle East, you got the chokehold on the Straits of Hormuz, and oil is selling off. That tells me traders are really not really all that worried about it, and the market is rallying. Okay, so we got a whole different market here. Now, what I say, what I'm watching though is this right here, this 91.05. So I'll watch those futures to see if this holds at 6 p.m. tonight. I can always jump right back in the UCO and take it right back up to that 21-day. If we lose it, then I'm going to be looking for that price channel, 84.37 and 82.81 here to maybe take a scalp trade going up here. Now, SCO is easy way to trade this all down. I didn't take no short here today. I'm just too jammed up with everything else that's going on here. A lot of really good market movers here, especially even like in Bitcoin, which we'll get to a little bit later. Now, you can see here 47. This is not overbought, oversold. This could go down lower here. The green crossed your red. See, that's one flag that you don't want to see. When you see that, you see the momentum to the downside, and that's exactly what we have, okay? Now, here we have the old Brent crude. So you can see here today we made this low of 94.43. Where we're looking for is right down the bottom here at 94.24. Okay, so this is your support level going on right there. If we lose that, then we're going to come here looking for that price channel at 90.01, and then your 50-day sitting right at 87.74. That's going to be very, very key. Now, on the upside, we want to look to yesterday's low. Okay, you're looking at 97.64. Today's high at 99.41, and then we'll be looking for that 8-day at 153, and then that 21-day at 103.33. Now, again, we get above that. Yeah, we have a lot of nice targets up here. You got 106 area. Okay, we got 109 area. We have that 111. We have a nice big retest, 115. And then we can come up to that 119 where we had that nice double top situation. But you just got to take a look at the warning signs. Number one here, see how that green crossed over your red? Momentum to the downside. That's not bullish. That's bearish right there. Another thing is the 8-day crossed the 21-day. That's bearish. And look what happened yesterday on that big, big rally right on up here. Where did it go? Right into that 21-day, stopped it cold. That's why I call it the catch-all, and then came right on down. So right now, this is what we're watching, is this level right here, okay? So just watch that 94.24. That's going to be very key. We lose it, right here is going to be your first target. It could be the 90.01 and then 87.74 there on the old Brent. Now you look at here, this is not overbought or oversold. The green is below your red. So always look for those little red flags, anything that'll give you an edge in the trading kind of situation. So when you see that 8-day crossover, that tells you that that's a bearish situation. When you see the green that crossover red, that's a bearish situation. That shows momentum to the downside. Okay, so always just remember, exactly what you have here. Anything that'll get you an edge, like in trading. Okay, let's take a look here now at natural gas. Okay, here we have the old natural gas. Now you can see here I've been pointing out this 8-day, how strong this 8-day is. Look at it, 1 week, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. We're below that 8-day. Okay, that's never good. Okay, that's not good. Now I thought maybe possibly we could hold this 262 level. Okay, so if you look at yesterday's bottom, where we have 262. Look over here, 262. So that was a possible double bottom, but obviously that's gone because now we made this lower up to 256 level. Okay, so realistically, what you're going to be doing and looking for next here is I'm looking at the bottom of this candle right here at that 251. Okay, that's going to be your next target, and then we're going to be looking right here at that 245. Now, again, we start keep on cracking. We have 240 level. Okay, we can come up here to your 229, and then we have your 221, and then we can come all the way down here to your 187 and possibly even retest at 152. There's just nothing bullish about this. Now you look at 40, this is not nowhere near oversold. This is not oversold, momentum to the downside. So again, same way here on the daily, this is not oversold, this is not oversold. This could go much lower. Now on the upside here, what we're looking, let me bigger up a little bit there for you. This is what we're looking for right here. You got to get back above that 271. Then your next key level here is going to be your 21-day, sitting right there at 288. And we get above that, then we're going to be looking in for this 8-day at 292, and then we can come up here to that 50-day at 302. Then obviously we have 347, and then we have your 100-day at 364. But again, a lot of resistance when you start hitting all these levels here. You got the 8-day. Your price is below all your simple moving averages, and there's nothing bullish about that. It's going to take a big-time catalyst to break this bad boy higher. So for me, today, I just scalped the KOLD. We got as low there as 25.33 and as high as 26.63. Okay, so I got my 50 cents. I trade 5,000 shares. That's a good day here just in the natural gas, considering everything else that I'm trading. Okay, so again, just give what the market takes you. Right now, we just are downtrending situation. There's no uptrend situation here until we crack back above that 8-day. Okay, and then we can head maybe for that 21-day and then maybe that 50-day. But you got to start off with something, and it's got to be that 8-day in order to go higher. So right now here, what I'm looking for is I'm looking for this 251. That's going to be next, and then we're going to have that 245. And then we'll come all the way down here, down to that 221 area, and possibly even 187 here, okay? So again, this is a trader's market. This is not a buy and hold one way or the other. All you do is just little choppy trades kind of situation, and there's really a whole lot of nothing. It needs a catalyst, something to take this bad boy higher. Okay, let's take a look here now at gold and silver. Okay, here we have gold, daily and your weekly chart, okay? So you can see here how we're pinned right there, right against that 48.56 level. Okay, you're pinned right there. Look what we had last week. Got right there pinned, pulled back. Right here, we're sitting there pinned. Now again, we crack above that 48.56 level. Then we'll be looking right here on the 50 SMA here, which is right here at that 49.12 level. Okay, see how nice this works? Now, yesterday we put that bottoming tail in there, went below the 8-day, 21-day, and 100-day. However, it went and closed back above that 8-day, and that's all that matters on a closing basis, okay? So now today here, we made this high of 48.67. This is what we got to get above 48.56. You got to close above it. Then here's going to be your target right there at 49.12, okay? So once you get above that, then we just take the candles up here, 5022. We have 51.32. We come up here, 52.48. We have 52.99, we have 53.94, and then you retest 54.34 level. But, big but here, you got to get above this, close above that, and we got to see what's going to happen once we get up towards this 50-day. Does it break out through, or does it just hit this and come back sideways? Does this double top like we had here, put a sticky in there? Let's just see how this is all going to shake out. Now, on the downside, key levels to watch here is 47.56. That's going to be very, very critical, okay? Definitely want to watch that. Let me just bigger up a little bit. Okay, so right there, that 8-day, that's going to be very, very key. You want to watch that. Next level here, what we have, you got 46.94. That's your 100-day, and then we have your 21-day here at 46.83. Then you always want to watch this 47.20. That's going to be very, very key on a closing basis by Friday. Now, we have a possible bear flag situation, but if we cross above that 8-day and we head towards that 50-day, that would negate this pattern here, and we're going to obviously going to be going higher, okay? Now, what we have here, we've got this 54. That's plenty of room to run. The green is over your red at the bottom. Plenty of room to run. Uptrending chart. This is looking very, very good. The key is going to be right here, that 8-day. Key right there at that 50. Once you get above that, then we got some really, really nice targets coming all the way across on this whole situation there, okay? So again, just got to be very patient. All I do is I just scalp the GLD today, and now I'm just looking at as those two key levels here to get above, and I'm looking for it to make sure that we hold that 8-day, and that's going to be very, very critical. Okay, let's take a look here now at silver. Okay, silver is looking very, very good here. Okay, so I'm long the SLV. Okay, very, very good trade today. I'm up over 5% just today in the SLV. Okay, so what we're looking at here, as I've been pointing out here, is this key 8 SMA. Now, the 8-day is still above that 21-day. It has not rolled over, which means it can come right down here and it can curl right back up here if this can get moving. So this is what we want to watch on a closing basis. Right here, that's 78.23, and we want to watch this 77.18. Very, very critical on the support level. And right here, this 50-day, okay, 79.16. Okay, so that's what you're going to start off with. Right here, if we can get above this 79.16, then we can start rallying up here, okay? So your next price channel is going to be 82.76, okay? That's going to be very key right there, okay? So 82.76. We start marching up here. Then we have 85.62. You have 87.69. We come up here to 90.38. We'll come up here to 91.60 level. Then we have 94.76 and all the way to 97.30. The key is we got to close back above this key 50-day simple moving average, and we got to hold this level right here, that 8-day. Okay. Now, if we start losing some of this situation here, comes right on down, well, then what we always want to watch here, watch that 100-day, 76.45. We want to watch that 8-day, 74.99, and this 21-day. But right now, this looks very, very good for this here to keep right on rolling, and we have a nice, good uptrending chart. Okay. Now, we look at your RSI, 55. That's just plenty of room to go. The green just crossed over your head, and we're at the bottom of the chart here. This is looking very good. See, we're not at the top situation. That's got plenty of room to run here. The key is we got to hold that 8-day and that 21-day. But right here, this is what I'm looking to hold. If we can close back above that 79.16 level, I will add to my position, okay, and we'll take this bad boy higher. Okay, let's take a look here now at Bitcoin. Okay, Bitcoin has been a really, really good trade on the long side, and that's that BITX that I've been trading. Okay, now if you want to do a short ski, you can do BITI, and that works out very, very nice there also on the old short side. Okay, so you got two really, really good ETFs. Now, BITX, okay, very, very good, and it pays a dividend. Okay, now look at the Bitcoin. Okay, so what I've been pointing out here, two key levels. I said once we get above. Okay, well, once you get above here, we have the 8-day now that crossed the 50-day and 21-day. Nice. 21-day crossed that 50-day. But look where he went. I said, watch this key level right here, 76.190. Where did it go? Right into it. Okay, yeah, we got a little bit higher kind of a situation. We got 76.320 level. However, okay, what did it do when it hit that? It popped right back. Now, if you're not trading the chart, it could have sucked you right in. It says, oh, okay, now I'm going to start buying up here, and because it's going higher. Well, it may well, but obviously it didn't go there right now. So why would you want to pay up for anything, okay? To me, you don't want to pay up. So this is the key where it went right up here. And I always say, look at when it gets to that level, what is the reaction going to be, okay? Because we're going off the top of that candle. Is it going to blow through and head towards this 21-day, because that's next to the line, 79.160, okay? Or is it just going to hit this, come down, and we have a possible double top now in the situation. Okay, so you got to be a little bit careful with this. But if we can close back above that 76.190, that's very key, then here is your target right there. Very simple, 79.160. We get above that, here's your target right there, 79.907. Okay, see how easy that is? Okay, very, very easy. Okay, but again, we have a possible, I say, double top situation. So we got to look at those futures. See how when they open at 6 o'clock, what's going to happen, if we can crack back through there, or is this going to go sideways? Now, if this pulls down, and as long as we're holding this 8-day, because the 8-day will be higher, as long as we're holding that 8-day, we're in really, really good shape, because that could be another good buying opportunity to take it right back up again. Okay, so just watch that 71.544. Very, very good. Next level, 76.82, and then next level right here is that 69.830. And then by Friday, we want to make sure that we hold 69.646. That's going to be key. That's going to be your 8 simple moving average here, okay? So right now we got a good opportunity here to trade this, okay? So if it cracks this level here, okay, we buy on strength, okay? And then we take it right to that 21 day, then we see what the reaction is going to be, okay? Very simple. If it comes down and it holds that 8 day or even a 21 day and 50 day, holds this level here, then we can buy and support. Look at yesterday, came right on down, held it nicely here, and then look at here today. Okay, so you got really two ways to trade this. You can buy a support or we can buy add, on strength kind of a situation. Looking very, very nice. 59, plenty of room to run. Green over red because we're at the bottom of the chart. This is looking very good. And look at I like here. We're at the bottom here. That could be a nice, good run up here, but we have that 21 day. Look at here. Nice. The little bars cruising on up here. This looks very, very good to go higher situation. However, okay, now here's the however, guys. When we sold off down here, we consolidated. And then what happened? Okay, it looked like it was going higher. Put that nice high in there. And what happened? Boom, down you went. Now we're consolidating here again. So if it goes boom, down to again, these are the two levels you're watching, 49,365 and right here, 38,540. Okay, so if it goes boom, watch these two levels. Those are your key levels there of support. Okay, again, you'll blow right through that 6,000. You'll blow right through here to that this 60,000. Okay, and you will have another level. Now, just because it did it once, that doesn't mean it's going to do again. This could hook around. So just watch this level here, 76,190, and then next level right there at 79,163. All righty, let's take a look at the indexes. Okay, here we have the old Dow. Okay, now you can see here, this is the breakout. We want to make sure that we close and hold this key level right here at that 48,323 because that's where the breakout was. You can see it went right up here into the 50 day, and then we consolidated. Okay, and then today, boom, breakout. So even if it sells down, long as we hold this 48,323, that could be another good buying opportunity. Now, easy way to trade this is UDOW, okay, if you're trading the Dow, or SDOW if you want to do a short. Okay, very, very easy. Now, on the upside here, we hit this 48,553 level, okay? So what we're looking right here at 48,526. Okay, your next level is going to be right there, 48,695, and then we come up there, 48,854, and then we just keep taking the candles all the way up there, 49, and then we come up there at the 49,253, and then we bring that price channel across, and this is what we got there at that 49,815 level. Okay, but right now here, this is looking pretty good. So downside, watch that key breakout, 48,323. Next level is the 100-day. 48,129, and then your next level right there is the 50-day, and then we have that 8-day at 47,557. Now we lose that, obviously. We got the 200-day here, and we got in gold here, we got the old 21-day. But right now, this is looking good, 62. Plenty of room to run. The green is over red. We had this positive divergence here on the RSI. So actually, this looks good to go higher here. Now, here we have the old S&P. Look at this. This is just cracking here now, okay? So what we did is the 8-day crossed the 21-day, 200-day, and now it looks like it wants to cross that 50-day. By tomorrow, it will cross that. So today we made this high all the way over 69.65 level, okay? So this is what we're looking for right here at that 69.52 level, okay? So that's what we're looking at, and that's where you're pretty much where we're sitting. Now, keeps riding around and rolling. This is what we're looking for, 69.73, okay? What do we hit today? 69.65. Okay, so that's your 73 is next. And then we have 69.93, and then we have 7,000. Now, on the downside, you want to watch today's low because that's the gap. Okay, so 69.05. Then we look at the fill at 68.87. And then obviously here, the next big level is going to be the 100-day at 68.09, your 50-day, and then we have your 8-day, and then obviously we have your red 200-day, and then we have a yellow at 66.30. That's your 21-day. Now 66. This is plenty of room to run. Green over your red. This is still looking pretty good here. So let's just see if we can jaunt up higher. Kind of a situation. Now we might have a good run up this week, and then maybe on Friday they sell it because you never know what's going to happen over the weekend. Okay. Now, here we had that nice double top situation. Okay, told me to get the hell out of there. Okay, so SQQ was working really, really nice. And then we get to the bottom here. Then you got to reverse it because we're looking at this oversold condition here, and then the green ran over red. Then we jump into TQQs. Okay, very, very easy. Now, on the downside, you want to watch today's low, 23.31. There's your gap. And then we want to watch the fill at 23.187. Always watch those gaps and fills. That's very, very key. Then we want to watch the 100-day here. Okay, 22.911. And then we want to watch here that 50-day, 22,493. Then we have your 200-day. We have your 8-day just above all of that, which is nice. And then we have your 21-day here. Now, 8-day, cross the 21-day, cross the 200-day, cross the 50-day. Now she's moving up nicely. Okay, so today's high, we hit 23,623 level. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. We're just shy of what the resistance is right here, 23,691. That's going to be next. Okay, then if I say we get above that, well, then we can venture all the way up here. Okay, 23,813, and then we can have a retest 23,988, and then there's your breakout at 24,109. So everything that happened in a war situation is pretty much already negated. It is on the S&P, and it is pretty much on the Nasdaq already. See how I had that downtrending situation? Now we're back in the uptrend. Downtrending situation, uptrend situation. Downtrending, uptrend. This is why you want to trade the chart, but always look for signals, okay? So once you break above that 8-day, then we always look for that catch-all at that 21-day. Once you start breaking above that, then we want to look here, like this positive divergence, the green crossed over your head. See, this is a flag to me. It says, wow, this is reversing. Right here, positive, this is reversing. Time to go time to get into this bad boy with the UDOW. Okay, so actually these charts are looking really good, but again, it all depends on what the information coming out, so always pay attention to the news. All right, that's what I got for you. I'll be back here tomorrow morning. We'll do it all over again. Remember, the API for crude oil will be out today at 4:30.